Hey guys, Cosmos here from server 2 Europe AG, and I am going to be explaining you it's kind of a follow-up video on Skytrail. So I'm going to be explaining you the tricks in Skytrail and how to get the S rating mostly. So my first video of course was the first run, so I didn't know a bunch of things, or I didn't realize them, and now it's more clear and I can share more. So with the Skytrail, in my first video, what we did is we did the previous level, which is called the level 1. Now I can't go back to it anymore. As you can see, I can't click on upper level anymore, and here you see this is the level 2. And the way this happens is that if you get an S rating on every one of the challenges, so of all the 10 challenges you get the S rating, that level is closed for you forever, so you can't go back to it. It's a bit unfortunate, because it'd be nice to go back and show you and also to have a look. That would be nice, but you see here on level 2 as well, I've been doing S rating on all of them, and now I can explain to you how the S rating is done, and I'm gonna do it with the help of a picture. So here, when you finish whatever level, you get this kind of a victory picture right here, and with this one it actually tells you, and we didn't pay attention on it in the first run, or a lot of people also don't pay attention on it. Basically it tells you here for the S assessment how much damage you need to inflict and how much damage you are allowed to take. So the way it works is archers again are way in front of everybody else, because they can dish out a lot of damage, so it's easier for them to get this damage inflicted score. Mages second as usual, and knights absolute last by far as usual, unfortunately. But as a knight here, I can still tell you can still get your S rating. You just have to be a little bit different about it. So you probably will not achieve this damage inflicted. Let's say the damage inflicted is much more difficult to achieve than the damage taken. Usually people, let's say, have, roughly speaking, average 100,000 health. Let's say, of course now people have a lot more on the top level, but I'm talking about like the mass have 100,000 or less health. That means that if you don't die, you will achieve this. You will achieve for sure this second target, because you're allowed to take only 240,000 damage, and there's like nobody with 240,000 life. So of course you can do that with healing, but if you're doing that, probably you're not passing the level. So that one is easier to achieve, and on that one you score an S rating. And as you can see, if you don't achieve the damage inflicted, you get, of course, not an S rating. But if you do high enough, you get an A, and the A and the S together actually make an S rating overall. So you want to get an S on the bottom one, which is the damage taken. You want to take as little as possible, and you want to do as much damage as possible on the first one, even if you're not achieving the S rating. So the way also to do that, so now we can get rid of that screenshot. The way to do that is to get rid of your troops. It's counterintuitive, but basically the boss has a certain amount of life, and your troops are stealing the damage away from you. So the damage that they do is not going on that scorecard. Let's bring that up here. So see, for example, if you have to this 642,000, if I had troops, the Templars would be doing a certain amount of damage, and this 642 would go down, let's say, to 550, and then it would not be an A anymore. So you actually have to get rid of your troops, and then very often you'll get S rating. Also, what helps is you can put a power potion to hit harder, and you can put a crit scroll if you're a crit build character. A crit scroll could help. Actually, now that I think of it, I could have also increased my physical attack. And if you are in sort of a borderline on damage taken, you can always take the defense and endurance potions for that, or endurance not so important. I took that because I was trying to pass the 5th level. So on the level 1, this is level 2, so on the 10 challenges of level 1, people generally find them relatively easier to pass. Of course, I'm talking about the 100+ battle rating people I talk to normally, and those are relatively easy to pass. Now always the 5th and the 10th challenge are way more difficult than everything else, so be careful when fighting the 5th and the 10th. That's also because they're giving this reward here, I think, or I'm confusing things, but anyways, the 5th and 10th are by far more difficult. Like the 6th is like 5 times easier than the 5th, so be mindful of that, and maybe you need to use your troops for the 5th and the 10th. But still, for an S rating, I found myself I had to get rid of the troops to get even on the 5th and 10th on the level 1 of Skytrail. I had to get rid of the troops to get the S rating. Now I'm now on level 2, and I managed to get the S rating on 1, 2, and 3, and I actually almost died on the 3rd one, and even with that I got the S rating because I have 119,000 life, and I didn't do any healing, so that was good. Now I tried again. The 5th one is extremely difficult. So I am 120,000 battle rating knight, and if you're anywhere near my battle rating, you cannot pass the 5th. Out of the 4 lives that he has, at best I can kill 2 of the lives, and I'm very far away from killing level 2 Skytrail challenge 5. So that will be a stopper for most people, and only the monsters are gonna be passing. And from the ones I talked, they did 6, 7, and 8. Some people were stuck at 8, some people were stuck at 7, some people at 9, 10. Forget about it almost. I think we have to go up on a totally different level to pass the 10th. So that's just to explain you the difficulties. I have 1 challenge remaining, so I'm gonna do the 4th one here without my troops. I have 3 minutes left on my crit scroll, so I'm gonna give it a chance. Now during the fight I can also explain that you see the kind of the runes you take are actually important. So I take a rage rune. I made it level 2 or level 3, I can't remember, just to get that rage up so I can use the 2 Delphics as fast as possible. So and I have brutality also to increase damage. So basically anything you can do to increase your damage, you have to consider it. So the way I do it is I usually go for my 2 Delphics, and then I switch to my Sylph mode, but maybe this guy will kill me because now I came here without troops, and the previous boss almost did kill me. So I'm just gonna, and they're fast as well. That's also where the archers have advantage. They shoot fast, whereas the knights lose turns sometimes, especially because Delphics are slow. And I always lose a turn when I use the enhanced Delphic, and sometimes I lose the turn when I do the regular Delphic. Now with these guys out of the way, I see that he is not hurt at all, so I am forced to put up a shield now to try to survive it. And I should hopefully, with the shield, I should hopefully kill him. Let's see. Anyhow, it's not a big deal if I fail. You get 10 attempts per day, so we can try it every day. And now I see the problem with the crit build is if your crit is not high enough, which of course if you're a non-archer it's difficult to get your crit high enough, then you have a problem with getting some luck and hitting criticals. Now here I'm gonna keep my Delphic as the last attack, hopefully, to try to do a bit more damage to the boss. So right now I'll use it. I have no choice because I'll die if I don't. And I need it to crit, and if it does, I have a chance to get the S rating. Awesome. So let's see. Yep. Is that it? Yeah, I got an S assessment there, which is good. And now we can see on the last report card, so I'm really happy it worked so I could record it. Now you see I did 730,000 damage, which was not enough compared to the target for this specific boss. Now the targets are different by boss also, I should say. So for that I got A rating again. So you see, I went all into attack just to get this one as high as possible. And because I put up a shield, I could take a bit more damage than my life. So my life is normally 119, almost 120, but I took 151,000 damage because shield absorbed it. But that is within the 240,000 allowed damage taken, and the two together got me an S assessment. So now basically what happens is I can't do these anymore, because once you get an S assessment, then you cannot redo them anymore. So that means that tomorrow or now I can only do the 5th level again and again. And every time you fail, let's see if it's still in the chat, it might be in the chat. When you fail, you just get a little bit of, here it is, challenge failed, received 50,000 experience and 20,000 gold. So that's basically what I can do, and it seems I have magically 2 more attempts. So I'm gonna, it's with wondering if I can do something about it now. I have 2 attempts left, and that's probably because of horns or something. I didn't pay attention because I was talking. Normally that was my last attempt, so I can do it again, but I know I'm gonna fail, so there is no point in redoing it, and I don't want to use the items for redoing it. So tomorrow I'll get 10 more attempts, and I'll fail 10 times doing this one. Now that means I'll get 10 times the 50,000, so that's 500,000 experience and 200,000 gold. So it's not enormous, but it's something new and extra you get every day. And we will not be passing level 5 or challenge 5 anytime soon. I think bell rating really needs to go up seriously a lot, like maybe from 120 maybe to 140. I can actually give you a rough estimate. Let me find Wild here, because he said there, Wild thing here, Knight at 140,000 bell rating. Now he made it to the 8th level, 8th challenge. So that's the region where you need to get to. Remember that I mentioned that the 5th and the 10th challenges are the hardest. So that means 6, 7, and 8 are probably around the same strength, or let's say the 8th is probably then becomes the same strength as the 5th, and that's where I think he is stuck. So you need, so with my bell rating 120,000, you can come to 4. With 130, 140,000 bell rating, you can come up to 7 and 8. Probably need 150,000 to come to 9, and something ridiculous to pass the 10th, because on the 10th it doesn't become a little bit harder, it becomes a lot harder. So it's just 5th and the 10th are much harder. So that's it, you guys. I hope I gave you that good info, so now you can get your S assessments without stressing too much. Now you know how it works, and good luck to you. And yeah, that's it. Check out my new game portal, dollygames.com, dolly with a Y. I'll also put all the links in the description of the video. Always helps if you guys can share with friends, or Facebook, Twitter, Google+, whatever you use. And that's it. Thanks for watching, and have a very nice day.